I want to thank the national government for supplementing what the default function is. I know you being a former governor, you know disaster management, disaster response, fire is, and you are a distinguished lawyer in this republic, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I want to call upon county governments. I have seen even your county, some floods have started happening. That the 2% of the total of county revenue should be allocated. It is under the law. Whether the national government releases the money today or even in January, Mr. Speaker, they must allocate, because that's what the budget is all about, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I want to thank the President, because despite this being a devolved function, Mr. Speaker, he promised that Kenyans will be given 10,000 shillings as a way of alleviating, Mr. Speaker. The Council of Governors should tell this nation, individual governors of Kitui, of Siaya, of Nandi, of Vihiga should be telling the country what did they do with the 2% that they were supposed to manage disaster in this republic, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I want to say
Order, Senator Nandi. What is your point of order, Senator for Homabay?
Mr. Speaker, the distinguished senator from Nandi, who was the powerful chair of Justice and Legal Affairs Committee, has obviously not read the Constitution. Mr. Speaker, is a senator in order to mislead this House that disaster management is a function of county governments and that the national government can only come in to assist, when in the 4th schedule of the Constitution, the functions assigned to the national government, function number 24, is disaster management. And Mr. Speaker, where a function is shared between national and county, then the national government takes the lead, sets the policy, sets the structures for county governments to follow. And so, Mr. Speaker, my friend Senator Cherargei needs to go slow on county governments and turn his guns on the culprits, which is a national government that is obviously clueless in the midst of a disaster.
Senator Nandi, good.
Mr. Speaker, I just want to do rebuttal in 30 seconds. When you read under 4th schedule, part 2 on county governments, and I invite function number 12, firefighting services and disaster management. Mr. Speaker, my chairman.
Order.
Senator
for Nairobi.
Mr. Speaker.
Senator for Nairobi. Senator for Nandi.
Okay.
If the chair is speaking, you keep quiet.
My apologies.
Now, Senator for Nairobi, we are not going to degenerate into a shouting match. It's a house of order, so we must be orderly. Now, Senator for Nandi, you know that those functions that are a preserve of one level and that those functions that are shared. Disaster management is one of such functions, as per our Constitution. So please be guided as you make your contribution.
Mr. Speaker, the reason we should introduce monthly mandamano on heckling for Senator Sifuna. Mr. Speaker, what I wanted to the point is...
Senator Nandi,
yes, Mr.
proceed
Speaker.
to withdraw that particular statement.
Okay, I withdraw, but the point has been made. Mr. Speaker, what I wanted to say, Mr. Speaker, I withdraw and apologize.
Honorable Senators.
I withdraw and apologize, but the point has been made. Mr. Speaker, can I be protected? Can I
Senator Nandi, would you wish to be informed by the Senator for Mombasa?
No. I am sufficiently informed, Mr. Speaker.
Then proceed.
You can see how I am prosecuting my points, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, the notion I want to correct, while I agree that the issue of disaster management is concurrent function, my good brother, the chair of Public Accounts Committee, has been reading daily to governors about the 2% emergency fund. But when it comes before the floor of the Mr. Speaker, Anaturuka. Mr. Speaker, the point I wanted to make, and I want to thank the President, and you heard the governor of Nairobi yesterday, it is unanswered. He said national government has given in kind and in cash over 500 million to assist the people of Nairobi. We have the people of Nakuru, Mr. Speaker. We have the people that have been affected in Kilifi, Mr. Speaker. We must thank the national government and the President, His Excellency President William Ruto, for standing with the people. Mr. Speaker, he went even and prayed for the victims in Mayumayu, where my sister, the deputy majority leader, was there. He went to Mathare himself. Senator Sifuna has not even gone to Mathare, Mr. Speaker. He has not gone even Muguru kwa Njenga. There is Muguru kwa Ruben, Mr. Speaker.
Order, Senator.
He has never gone, Mr. Speaker. Then what can he tell us?
Senator Nandi,
okay.
Please, take your seat. Now, Senator for Nairobi, you know, if you have a point of order, you know what to do. You need not shout. Okay? Senator for Nandi, conclude.
Mr. Speaker, in conclusion on the issue of disaster,
let the Senator conclude.
Let me conclude on Senator Chute's, Mr. Speaker, in conclusion. As farmers, we are aware there are many herbicides and acaricides that have been banned in US. We have seen increased cases in Mandera, Marsabit, and even across the country. Mr. Speaker, when Munich, Bayern AG, Syngenta, and herbicides, Mr.
Senator Sifuna, what is your point of order?
Mr. Speaker, on understanding Order 105 on statements, responsibility for statements of fact, is the Senator of Nandi sure about the things he's telling this House, that I have not visited any of the places that have been affected by this flood damage? I know for a fact I have been there myself. So when he starts here, can he substantiate that Sifuna has not been to these places, Mr. Speaker?
Senator for Nandi, if you're not sure about any facts, don't put them on the floor of the House. And on the particular matter touching on the Honorable Senator for Nairobi, you alleging that he's not visited any of these sites. If you cannot substantiate that particular matter, proceed.
Mr. Speaker, I didn't say, I mentioned 3 places. I didn't say he has not visited. My answer can bear me. I have said I'm not sure if the Senator of Nairobi has visited Mathare the way the President has visited.
Senator
Mr. Speaker, in conclusion.
Senator for Nairobi, the Senator for Nandi is not sure. You may have, you may not have.
Yes.
Which is quite okay. Proceed and conclude, Senator.
I did learn proper English, Mr. Speaker, sir.
Proceed.
Mr. Speaker, sir, in conclusion, the issue of cancer. I am co-sponsoring a bill with Mheshimiwa Rahim Daud on Cancer Prevention Amendment Act, and I'm happy you have approved, Mr. Speaker. We must work. In my farmers, we are using CN. We don't know the fake fertilizer, Mr. Speaker, if us have some cancer-causing agents. Maybe our only doctor in the House, Dr. Kalwale, will tell us, Mr. Speaker. So the point I'm trying to make, let the Committee of Health conclude this issue, and I want to call upon senators who have not visited their victims of floods to visit and take pictures so that we can have record of their donations, like Senator Professor Tomo Jenda. I thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Senator Tomo Jenda.
Point of order. Thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir. Mr. Speaker,
Senator Ojenda, just a minute. What is your point of clarification, Senator Boni?
Sorry, Mr. Speaker, to interrupt the proceedings.